Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you doing out there? This is Janine, and welcome to Ripple of Waves. And today's waves are going to kind of be a little bit more astrological. A lot of good things that are happening. You might look at taking the good with the bad, and we'll see. We'll see where this goes here with you guys. I'm so glad that you're here with me, and we'll are going to talk about more importantly what is ending and what is beginning. Um, and let's see here. This is also the 1 year anniversary of our current administration, and just wanted to give a little shout out for that. Also, too, I'm just going to wait for some people to jump in on this chat here. And just kind of talk about some of my other channels that are out there. I have a Facebook channel that is called Live with Janine, and it has ripples of waves up at the top. If people, I just need about 12 more people just to like it out there, and I can go live with you over there. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to get out and spread out into as many social media networks as possible. And let's see what else we have out there. So just want to see how everyone is doing. Let's see here. Yeah, I did put this out there just to give you guys notification, and I hope that you actually did receive it. So, first thing I do want to kind of talk about is what is ending and what is beginning, and the reality of the illusions. Wow, that's a very deep subject there. Um, and let me just kind of cue up something here for a second. And I was thinking a lot about this. Once you're in tuned with your intuition, once you start paying attention to it, and you get these thoughts that they kind of come in like I've always said they come in like lightning for me. I don't know how it works for you guys, but uh, that when I kept getting the same thought over and over, the reality of the illusions and what that actually means. And so when I went and started just trying to find everything and anything about that, what's going on, and the reality of the illusion of the world, right? It's very profound, often spiritual. A lot of people say it's philosophical concept, and it's basically it could be the ultimate, it could be the objective truth, those type of things. And it's layered with a lot of different appearances and projections and dreamlikes type of things. And so let's just kind of see what this is all about. We just go a little bit deeper in the reality beyond everyday's experience, right? The core meaning of all this is the world feels solid, it feels real as much as the material does, but ultimately illusionary. Now you got to say that you can relate to that, especially if you do follow me out here. And it's the mind constructed, but it's not of the absolute truth. And we've been living this. I've been living this. I've been awake to this. And just let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to get back to how it appears across other traditions in a minute here. But I want to really talk more about everyday levels, and the world feels undeniably real. There's a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, and feels profound, and gravity pulls, and we must navigate its seriousness, right? And then that's just every day's level. That's just every day, and then we can go deeper, which I would love to do. And it's basically mind dependent, right? As our body ages and objects change and our perception shift, what seems fixed is now all of a sudden fluid, right? And then, of course, the illusion purpose in many views. The Mayans always considered it an illusion. It allows the experience and of the awakening, right? And it's very much a cosmic play. So we're breaking through something right now, today, as we speak. We're breaking through something. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And I'm going to give a little bit credit to an astrologer who I've been following for years, and I think he's so well grounded. His name is Rick. It's Rik. Actually, I followed two astrologers in my lifetime, and both of their names were Rick. But this particular gentleman you can find on YouTube, and I want you to kind of go and listen to his whole show that he put out there today. So we're breaking through something today, actually, and it's awakening isn't encapsulating the world. Actually, I think it's more. It's going to be expressed even more or greater than it has ever been before. We're going to find a way to do that. So, so the lights from Well, let me see here. Let me just kind of jump over to that right now. Uh, just bear with me 1 second, and to see is anybody out there with me. Um, I got a few people out there. Hey, how you doing? If you want to just jump into the chat and say hello, please do. I'm on Rumble. I'm on X, and I'm also on YouTube. Trying to get over to Facebook again. I just need 10 people to go to Live with Janine, just as it sounds, and I just need 10 people just to like it. And I'd like to be able to get out there at least next month. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. I sped up the sound on it, and I hope that you're going to be able to hear this. And let's see here. Where am I going here? Where am I going? Just 1 second. There we go. All right. All right, so this is where I'm kind of taking it. So we have to take a look at, hey, Hula Hoop, how you doing, sweetheart? It's good to see you out there. You're the one, the only Hula Hoop, if anybody knows who she is. And she has a great, I always call it a healing center out in, I think it's Marinetta, Georgia. And I could be wrong on that one. But in any case, hello, Hula Hoop. Happy New Year to you. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about what is actually happening today. So what the reality of our illusions, right? It's always it's if we talk about astrology, and I'm not really the best person to talk about this, but it's been the Neptune has been always been in Pisces, which to me just we were not really seeing what we were seeing, and that is coming to an end. So let me just kind of play this here, make sure I got it on the mark that I want. Let me go back it up just a little bit more. I'm going to play it. It's going to be sped up only because it's copyright, and I'm only going to go a few seconds at a time with this, so bear with me. We also have some big aspects, including Mercury making the final sextile to Neptune from this Capricorn to Neptune at this last week of Pisces. This is huge because this is the last week that we're ever going to experience Neptune and Pisces for the rest of our lives. And also when the moon reaches Neptune, that'll be Neptune and Pisces for the rest of our lives. This is the last time that we're actually going to experience this. And what does this mean for you? What does it mean for your realities? So let's see. I'm going to continue to play this here. So he's talking about when the moon reaches Neptune, that'll be the last time ever we're going to have a moon Neptune. The last time we're ever going to have moon Neptune in Pisces. So we're at a strong ending here and the beginning of a new era, a new reality for the world, as Neptune will ingress back to 0 degrees of Aries. All right, so it's a new reality for the world, and what does that mean? And we're going to dive into that in other shows. I'm not going to do a lot of this here, but I can tell you already what I'm seeing, and maybe you can see it also, is please go out and look at, this is Rick, R-I-K. Listen to his, he does astrology from January 20th to the 20th to the 26th. It's the world-changing transit, Neptune ingress Aries. And I'm going to come back to you guys on this one here. And oops, I think I'm coming back to you guys here. And there we go. All right, so where I'm going with this is that what I've seen in the news. So like I said, my intuition, I'm always trying to figure out, why am I getting hits of information? What does it mean? And I think you guys get this too. You know, it's the same old thing that all of a sudden you're thinking of something, the phone rings and boom, it's that person, you know, you haven't heard from, you get the text message, whatever it might be. You get an email from somebody, right? And then because you were thinking out of them. So what I was thinking of is this reality of illusions, and I kept saying, what does this mean? What does this mean? So I try to reach out to things around me, social media, you know, whatever it might be, current topics that are going on, and sure enough, a couple of things that actually came up. The first one was Maria Bartiromo is in Davos, and she's interviewing a few people about AI. And it's perfect timing for what's actually happening and where we're ending and where we're going. And people are like, I don't want anything to do with AI. You know, we're going to be going through that period. It's just like any other changes in our lifetime, where something new comes in and where a lot of people aren't going to like it and a lot of people are going to like it. And then we have to take a look at how is it going to help us and not hurt us, right? So AI is one of those great big things that are out there. And not only that, the thing that I keep thinking of is is Pisces is leaving Neptune, it's moving into Aries. It's a whole different energy. It's a If you understand astrology at all, and if you don't, go please go watch Rick, because I'm using his stuff, and I want you guys to really understand this. And let's just see if we could listen to a little bit more of what he has to say here.
By next Monday on January 26th. So we're at the end and a beginning, in a sense. And then after Mercury makes that sextile to Neptune, I'll explain more about that as I go through the daily charts. Mercury will then ingress Aquarius later today, change of perception and communication style. And Mercury and the Sun will also conjunct for the Cazimi, where Mercury.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there. I can't go too long on these things. So everything is going to be moving away from the Pisces and into the Aquarius. And then, so if you've got a lot of Aquarius, which my whole chart is loaded with Aquarius, I'm kind of feeling this sense. And I think that you guys might be feeling it too. A lot of times when you're feeling a little frustrated, feeling a little bit stuck, there's something else that's coming up that you may not be aware of. You can't see it, but you're sensing it. It's the energies that are changing. And that's where I'm kind of going with you guys a little bit on this. And I see Terry B. Allen is out there. Hey, how you doing? And Arnie, of course. How are you doing? And then we have AO from New Zealand. Now, AO, I did happen to look up something that I wanted to talk about. You guys didn't see my show yesterday, or in the last couple of days, I've been talking about silver. And silver is definitely on the rise worldwide. And if you bought some of it, God bless you. And if you haven't, maybe you could still do that. So I'm going to get back to the solution thing, but what I wanted to look up why New Zealand was so high. I'm educating myself on this stuff here, and obviously it's because the cost of where their monies are at. So I think she was saying it was at 162, if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted to, and I'm going to talk about this in another show with more experts that come on. It's really important that we understand the monies and how it's actually changed. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my talking points of the discussion of the illusion and everyday level. I did talk about that the world feels undeniably real. There's the pain, there's a hurt. You're seeing a lot of stuff on social media, and I always have to question, why are there these certain groups out there? And I'm not labeling anyone, I'm not saying anything here. Why are these certain groups acting so erratic? They're so painfully hurting. They're so profound, and it's kind of, and I actually put out there one time, was something done, in the shots, if you will, to make these people behave this way. And that was my only explanation. But it's kind of like the energies are changing so much. Not everybody is caught up to it. And a lot of people rather believe the bad actors out there, and that's what I believe is the truth behind a lot of this. So there's a lot of implications for life, right? Reducing the fear that's coming and the changing of fostering compassion. All of this is a big shift that's headed our way, and you're going to start to feel it and see a lot more of it. So when I call it an illusion, it's not. I'm not denying sufferers, if you will. It just means that it's transcending the limit views of freedom, and I truly, truly do believe that. So let me just kind of talk a little bit more about. Yeah, I think I was going to go into talking about like Plato's cave. If any of you have ever read the works of the writings of Plato, and at first there's a light that comes. There's basically prisoners, right? And the prisoners they're put up against this wall, and they have to stare at the wall. And then besides them is this pathway where people are doing a lot of different things. They see flickering shadows, they hear echoes, they hear voices, stuff that is being carried, and these shadows are their reality. And they name them, they interpret them, and they believe this to be their whole world. But it's really the shadow side of things, right? So at first, the light from the fire, it hurts their eyes because they've been sitting in this dark cave and they're up against a wall. And they're dragged up against a steep path out of the cave into sunlight. And initially, they're going to be blinded and disoriented, right? Because they're coming from down underneath. And then gradually, they'll adjust, first seeing the reflections in water, and then the real objects, and then the stars and the moon and stuff like that. And I kind of think That's what we have all been going through. It may be sound like it's really far out there, but this is a writing of Plato. And when I read this, I just thought this is definitely represents the ultimate source of truth and goodness. And the shadows that were mere illusions, copies of copies, if you will. And I don't know how else to say that to you, but some people are just seeing things as they are. Right. And I'm talking about when you really stay in line with your own spirituality, you stay in line with who you truly are. You can see through a lot of the bullshit. But then there's these bad actors out there that people can't seem, then they will play into it and they will work up and they will struggle in this darkness, if you will. And I think that's just my representation of where I'm going with this. And some people will call them mad. Some are saying that they're just unchained, if you will. And this is kind of like the best thing that I symbolically can put together, and I hope that makes sense to you. So if I talk about this symbolic keys of the cave. It's a sensory world of illusions, right? It's change in opinions. Then we talk about the prisoners, ordinary people that are trapped by ignorance, by habit, by unexamined beliefs, right? And then we have the shadows on the walls that I talked about. It could be perception, opinions, media, illusions, secondhand reality. And then I talked about the fire and its limited artificial light, its sensory data, and then the philosophical education from it, where I'm talking about the painful but liberating at the same time. And I also mentioned the sun, which is a form of the good, the ultimate truth, the source of the knowledge that is being linked to this Plato theory in forms. And then they return back to the cave, right, where it basically is people who return back to the cave to despite the resistance, and a lot of people will do that. But I think that there's going to be so many changes going on right now, especially with when I talk about the today, and basically look at the media and technology. I'm talking about the social media, the news feeds, the algorithms, and basically the shadows is also be called like the modern shadows, right? And if you don't agree with me, please put it in the chat. But we just basically scroll through realities and echo chambers or reinforce the bias. And there's been many viral clips or filtered lives through the full truth of all this. Escaping requires critical thinking and stepping away from the constant digital input. So what I basically do is I'll go over and I'll sit in my little reading room and I'll turn on a radio or I'll thumb through a book or something like that. And that's what I think a lot of people have done. They just walked away from the mainstream media, and that is the reason why. And they rather listen to other people, but then that could be construed also. So some see parallels in the ideas of our world might be a simulation, shadows cast by higher codes of consciousness. So I'm going to come back to you guys and just see what you are thinking, and just kind of talk a little bit about this. So let's see what we have here. Somebody was saying this is, Mary Jane. She's blocked from my channel. I don't know why. Mary Jane, you might have to try a different browser because you've said this on my other channels that I don't have anymore. So I apologize. Maybe you should take a look at something on your end there. AO is out here. Hey, AO. And Charlene is out there. Hey. And Arnie, of course. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here today. I do appreciate it. And let's see here. Let's just see here. So yeah, so there's just a lot of different things that are happening in the world, and we're going to see a lot more. Now, I will tell you that if, back in I want to say, it had to be late 80s, early 90s, maybe even 95 ish. There was a gentleman that, and you can find him on YouTube, another resource. I bought all these books. I had a friend that owned a metaphysical bookstore, and I bought tons and tons of books just to learn about spiritual people and people who channeled and stuff like that. Channeling was huge once upon a time, and there was a gentleman, and I can't think of his name, but I'll find it. He wrote the Kron books, and it's about a gentleman who just channeled this particular being, this spiritual energy being. I read so many of those books, but I got lost in it because after a while, I think I started to lose my focus with it because it just didn't seem reality to me. And then all of a sudden, I'm doing my research, and boom, this pops back up again. I'm like, holy cow! I have not paid attention to this. So it's on YouTube if you want to find it. I'll try to put the links out there afterwards if you're interested in learning more about from other people that can provide information to you what's actually happening. So I clicked on it and I started listening, and it says, if you are listening to this, you are a very old soul. Okay, you got my attention. And so then it goes on to say that you are here for a particular reason. Now, this is a man channeling the energy through. He's got his eyes closed, which people who channel do that. I don't even know if it was his own voice or not, but I recognized how he was speaking based upon what was written in the books that I read years ago. Okay. And it went on to just say that you are here now for this particular time. And I believe it's this what's happening right now today specifically. We're moving out of one particular energy and moving into another. And we came here to witness this. I've always said that we're here to witness this, right? We're here to witness everything that happened the last 8 years. More importantly, though, it's it's the energies and understanding and feeling the energies. Now, I've always talked to a lot of people about energies and that they have to really understand that they are more energy than they are the physical body. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people out there to grasp. But so, anyways, I went on to listen to what this gentleman was channeling. It was right about now, about this time. What are the odds that I picked this stuff up back in my mid 30s? I was at the age around 30 something, and now all of a sudden I'm 60 something and I'm hearing this information coming out now when I know that the energies are changing. So I hope that you are aligned with this. And if you've got any questions, comments, or concern about this, please let me know. And it is the reality of this illusion world that we're in, but it's changing. So, what is changing? Is it the illusion that's changing, or is it the reality that's changing? And I think that's a question that's up to you to really understand at this point in time. Let's see, who do we have out here? I'm going to click on this and see if it comes up. And let's see if I open up my chat. There it is. Okay. So we have MJ out there, as I mentioned, and Hula Hoop. Hello, hello, Terry B. Terry B. Allen is saying, yes, feeling the change is a big time. Nervous, calm, worried, certain. I'm with you on that, Terry, because the last couple of days I've been kind of feeling the energies coming in. It's like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I've got to sleep, but I can't sleep. I wear an Apple Watch sometimes, not all the time to sleep. And then I open it up. All right, you open up the results on your iPhone to see how you're sleeping, and it's telling me I'm sleeping about 12 minutes at a time. What the heck is going on? So I'm waking up, and I can tell you, my husband can contest to this. I've been kind of crabby lately. You can kind of hear it. I'm not getting enough sleep, and so and so that's just basically we're sensing it, we're feeling it. We don't may not know it, and I'm here to explain to you what is actually going on. So what happens to me when I'm like really getting this right? I'm getting something, but I don't know what it is, and everything that I touch is filling in. It's a piece of the puzzle for me to put it together and come out here and talk to you about. It's not just one particular area. So we're moving away from the Pisces, and I think all the Aquarius is going to be. If you're an Aquarius out there, you're going to be feeling this so much, and or any Aquarius anywhere in your chart. Like I said, jump back to Rick. It's RIK on YouTube and listen to this. It's today. It's his events for January 20th, and it goes out for 1 week, and it's fantastic. And let's see here. What else do we have out here? So let me just know how you guys are feeling out there, because I really would like to know. Yeah, yeah. So this whole Terry B said this one here was it's kind of like how I've been feeling. The changes is big time, nervous, calm, worried, certain, just up and down. Yeah, that's where it is. And are we moving into somebody out there wrote Aquarius moon. I think that's what's happening here. What else do we have of Arnie? Arnie, hey Arnie, how are you doing? It is each one of us is changing and creating the change all around us in the world. Well, it's changing, yes, but people have to really understand what is actually changing. So, if you take a look, what is Pisces, right? A lot of shit has been in Pisces, and God knows I'm a Pisces, but I have Virgo rising, so there's something coming up in the next couple of days for people that with Virgo, and Rick will explain it elegantly. And but then there's something that we are moving into that I believe it's going to be more and more of this Aquarius age. And what happens in Aquarius? What is Aquarius? Aquarius. I had an Aquarius mother, very distant, but very much a humanitarian. Take a look at Buckshot. He's such a humanitarian. He loves to help a lot of people, and he's doing a great job at it. And he just stepped up, and I think he's going to be taking more of a bigger role. This is just my intuition, my speculation for him about this. But yeah, it is, and I think all of us, where Arnie is saying, is going to find our place in this world. I don't care what age that you are. I'm more towards the end of the whole life thing, but I'm not giving up on this because there's still something that is profound for me to learn and to do, and that I believe is also for you also. So what else do we have out here? Um yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to put this up here, Terry. I'm not quite sure what that means, but yeah, let's see here. She found a product called Copaiba caplet, and it calms her when she's distraught or overwhelmed, and how fast things are changing. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we could deal with it. A lot of times that people can't deal with us when we're going through this. And I start to notice that today there was something right around noon. So I think it was noon or 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, which was only a couple hours ago. There was a shift. There was something because I kind of felt, I don't know how to explain this to you without sounding like I was saying, like I was talking earlier about the illusions, but it's almost as if you feel like, yeah, the energy just shift. I mean, I don't, and energies have been very subtle. The last couple hours have not been as much subtle, and I'm thinking, am I okay? Am I ill? Do I need more water? Uh, Let me see what Hula Hoop has to say because I love her dearly. Let's see here. I'm always clicking on the wrong one. I got new software. Okay. So if you can see me here, spending a lot of time with my mother. This is Hula Hoop speaking, and she's lost most of her strength. And we don't know how long we'll have her on Earth. Oh, God bless her. And she says, if I had some amazing talks with her and I'm at peace. I'm glad that you had those talks because I had my talk with my sister before she left, and it made me feel really good. And you're going to reach out for those times and there to help you get through whatever it is that you need to get through. And I know, how old is your mom, Hula Hoop? I know she's lived a really long life, and you've been taking care of her. God bless you and your family. You've been through a lot. Let's see what she says here. Let's see. She says she is 99 and she's lived an amazing life with 12 children and many, many grandchildren, great grandchildren. Oh, she has been blessed. And it is so, so good to see. Wow. I'm always amazed about how certain people can live so long out there. You have, it's funny. I see certain numbers, right, of birth. So 1947 is the year that I started to see a lot of people who were born in 47 have exit, and a lot of gifted musicians, a lot of singers, actors, that type of thing. And that's the only way I can get the data is because, they're famous and the information is out there. But I noticed that a lot of them have left. Right, they're leaving, and they're not that old, which really was amazing. But for your mother living 99, there's definitely, I'm sure that all your brothers and sisters, your siblings, hopefully have had the same talk too. So, yeah, like Terry is saying to hula hoop, good for you, hula hoop. Time is so precious, and yeah, I guess it's the time that you spend with them, and take care of yourself, hula hoop. I know you've got so much on your plate. Um, and let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to go back up one more. Arnie's, did I read this? Big shifts in the wait time is moving also. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Let me see if I go back up a little bit more. All right. Yeah, so that's really all that I'm here. I've been talking about 30 minutes or so, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys out there. I see Terry is out on Rumble. Thank you, Terry, for showing me that I am getting the Rumble and the YouTube in here, and I really like it. I don't have to have so many browsers open all the time. And if anybody else is out on Rumble, let me know. And good to see you. Yeah, time is so precious for hula hoop. Hula hoop, stay in touch with me, please. I'd love to be able to send you some prayers, and you will be in my prayers. Your mother will be in my prayers also. Yeah, so let's see what else we have out here. I sure hope that this subscriber here, and I think it's MJ. I'm not sure. Mary Jean. I hope she gets on here. Let's see here. I just want to talk about the changes. It's real important that we acknowledge those changes and at least know why are we feeling the way we are. You guys out there can always go and say that there's solar flares, there's this, there's that, but I look at the astrology. I don't quite follow all those other things because there's always solar flares coming off of something, right? And so when I hear about a big shift in astrology, that's when I want to talk about it. And let me just see if I have anything else that I want you to hear. I hope you were able to hear Rick.
Mercury reaches the heart of the sun this week and turns the corner, indicating that there could be insights, there could be news and information that's very important as these dynamics are beginning to change. So expect some important news and information for the week ahead.
Okay, so he is talking about that within the next couple of days is coming across here for all of us just to pay attention to it's big news that's coming out. Now, I tried to find before I came on here what is the big news. Of course, everybody is really upset with the current administration putting these. They're just calling them whatever they want to call them, but I don't want to talk political things at this time right now, but I just want to talk about things that are going to be coming to us on here. Let's see. AO has a statement. I see it there. Did I miss it? Um, let's see here. I thought I saw something from AO. I see Charlene is out there. Hey, Charlene. Uh, I thought I saw something with AO out there. Looked like she had a statement. Oh, here it is. It's way at the bottom down here, which means it was the top one. Big stellium of planets 2 in Aquarius. And yes, I think I'm going to reach out to Rick and actually get my chart done because I am not kidding you guys. When I look at my chart, I actually have a little program on my phone that will tell me, if I read it more often than I don't. It's called Time Passages. It is so old and it's been transferred from phone to phone that there's a new package out there. And I've had it for years. Years I've had this, and they've come out with new stuff. And if you want it, you got to upgrade and pay for it. And I refuse to do it. I'm like, I like what I have because when you throw something new at me, all that stuff is coming up there. So let me just take a look at what my chart is in all of my planets. I have got my sun is in Pisces, right? And then I move Mercury's in Aquarius, my Venus is in Pisces, my Jupiter is in Aquarius, Saturn is in Aquarius, Neptune, nope, that's not in that one. And my ascendant is a Virgo. But I've got a lot in Aquarius, and that's what's coming up. So I'm going to go back to Rick and I'm going to say, do my chart because I have no idea and I'm tired of freaking out. Or maybe it's not even a freak out. Maybe it's just really good stuff too. AO says she has passages too. Yeah, they came out a long, long time ago. I don't know. I got it free and it's always been transferred over and I keep up with it. Anybody else have any comments, concerns before I say good day to you guys? I appreciate it. Yeah, if you appreciate my show, there's where am I going with this here? Um, let's see here. Um, I saw something there, and it just kind of went away on the side of my. I got a new software package as I've been mentioning, and it's taken me forever to figure it out. And let's see here. Yeah, if you're wanting to buy me a cup of coffee, you're more than welcome to do that. Just scan that QR code. I appreciate everything. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am. We still have that special running for manifesting with Laura Van Tyne, who's coming up in 2 days. So if you guys will pay, I think it's 5 o'clock Central Time on the 22nd of January. She's offering this, but we're going to talk about other things too. I'm having her back on here. I also have. What else do I have coming up? Anne LaFleur is coming up. We're going to talk about trust. How many of you understand what a trust is and how many different trusts that are out there? She's written anywhere between 12 to 13 books, I think she said. And I used to have her on my channel a long time ago, and I want to welcome her back. And we'll just see how that one goes there. And then, of course, next month, I'm going to have a lot more people out there. Let's see, what else do we have out here in my chat? Um, Yeah. So, all right. Blessings to Hula Hoop. Blessings to all of you guys. I truly do mean that. And this was good. And I'll see you guys. I don't think I'm going to do a show tomorrow. You never know. It all depends on what's going on. Just one other thing I do want to talk about in reference to silver. Let me see if I can find this here. Let me see if I go to my history. 1 second, you guys. Just bear with me. All right, so just to sum things up for the show, we are definitely breaking the illusions that are happening out there. I think it was time. I think that we truly, truly needed to do this. And let's see, what is my silver prices? Okay, so the silver price that everybody is seeing, I said I was going to get back to this for our one and only AO who's in New Zealand. So New Zealand, compared to the U.S., is primarily because of silver global spot price, which is quoted in the U.S. dollars, where New Zealand's prices are converted to New Zealand dollars. NZD, ours obviously is USD. And as of mid-January 2026, around the time of the recent highs, the global spot silver price has been right around 93 to 95 per ounce, reflecting a massive bull run. Silver surged dramatically in 25 and is up 150% in some reports. All right, and let's see here in New Zealand, this translates to roughly 156 to 162 per ounce, or about $5, or about $5 to 520 NZD per gram, depending on the exchange rates and timing and all that other stuff. So silver spot is 94, US NZD exchange rate is about 1.71. I don't think you guys are looking to cash it in, but if you are, so this is a formula. Silver spot is 94 for New Zealand. Exchange rate is, let's say, 1.73. This gives you about a $160 per ounce. And I wanted to understand that a little bit more because when I saw that, I was like, whoa, why is that? And of course, other countries also have their other formulas there too. So let's see what else we have. Let me see if I got um, any other history that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, yes, I do. One other thing. The Trump is the Greenland push sparks global tension. So with that said there, I think that So Congress released a massive funding bill. Basically, it's a shutdown deadline, stuff like that. There's so much that are going on. You guys just hang in there. We've got ongoing fallout from the ICE incidents. We have drug overdoses. Is the best thing that I could say has plummeted 20% nationwide. So some of it is crediting the sources of the Trump administration and the crackdown and just the border stuff. I think that's fantastic. I don't really care about the money. I care more about the lives. And so if we're cutting off we're cutting off the head of the snake. That's fantastic that is actually happening there. And then there's other global stories too that are going on with Japan and whatnot. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk to you guys about the top latest news stories that you're going to be hearing. If you don't watch the news, you're better off, right? And so there you go. AO has got a statement that says our NZ dollar only gets 58 C's, so more or less worth half of the silver of 162. Yeah. Okay, Arnie. Yeah. If you were looking forward to, Arnie says he's looking forward to the trust shows. That's going to be really good. And I believe, I can't ever remember where she lives. She's not in the United States, but she'll tell us again. But it'll be 5 o'clock. Wait, I got to make sure I do this right. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Check whatever time I put out there and subscribe and share it, because this is it's really good to know how to protect yourself, and especially with everything that's happening right now. All right, thank you again. Blessings, everyone. Take care. Much love. We'll see you soon. Bye now. Bye bye.